Welcome to Taste Reviews Drink Edition. This is episode 13. I'm your host, Derek Silver, and we back with a new one today. This one I'm excited about. I finally was able to get a Japanese whiskey on the show that piqued my interest. This one is called Kikori. Kikori Japanese whiskey. Now, this one is interesting because it is made from rice, of rice whiskey. So as you can see the bottle, we've seen the style of bottle before on the show. It's a nice style, very modern looking bottle. One of the things that I like about the bottle and the labeling is the fact that the front label doesn't cover the whole bottle. And I like the fact that you can see the the color of the whiskey in the bottle. It's a nice gold color to it. I like the fact that the label is at the bottom and that it's black and that it has green accent lettering to it. So it's kind of like a modern feel to this whiskey. The back of the label has a brief description of the whiskey or the story of the whiskey. It's 41% alcohol volume, 82 proof. And let's start with the back of the bottle and what they have on there. So it says Kikori is inspired by the Japanese folktale of Vizu, an ancient woodsman who wandered the forest for centuries seeking the perfect balance to his life. With Kikori, the perfect balance of time, earth, and water come together to create a distinctly sophisticated spirit. The smooth and distinctive flavor of Kikori has been produced using traditional Japanese methods of harvesting some of the finest ingredients, distilling with pristine water, and aging to perfection. Also on the back of the label, you have the website to Kikori Whiskey, and you have your serving information. Um, this is the first time I've ever seen this on the back of a whiskey bottle. I've probably seen it before, but never noticed. But I thought it was interesting. It has the serving facts on it, lets you know the how many calories, how many carbohydrates. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. But overall, I like the bottle. It's very modern, a modern look to the bottle as well as the labeling. The color of the whiskey looks very good in this bottle. It matches well with the black labels on the front and the back. So let's move on now to the website so I can give you a more detailed description of Kikori whiskey. And of course, the website will be in the description box on the video. So it says Discover Kikori, one of the first whiskeys distilled from 100% rice. That's why I thought this whiskey was interesting. One of the first whiskeys distilled 100% from rice and produced in Japan to be introduced to the US. Kikori rice whiskey is a distinctively different style of whiskey that is memorable, delicate, and delicious, barrel aged for a minimum of 3 years in American oak, French Limousin oak, and sherry cask. It is pure in color with floral and fragrant aromas and a velvety smoothness on the palate. As one of the first whiskey brands to be created by an Asian American woman, and so Woods, Kikori Rice Whiskey is carefully crafted and authentic liquid which inspires moments of discovery to be shared with others. Kikori Rice Whiskey is a multi-award winning brand that can be enjoyed neat over ice, but is especially delicious mixed into cocktails. It received a prestigious gold at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition 2016, a gold 90-point rating from the US Spirits Ratings 2020, and a gold at the Sip Awards 2020, among others. So that's why this whiskey intrigued me. Like I said, what I read in the description is 100% made from rice whiskey and it's award winning. So it piqued my interest because of that, as well as the look of it. So I'm excited to crack this bottle open, get to your favorite part, and taste this. Once again, the website will be in the description box of this whiskey, of this video. Excuse me. I'm so excited. I'm all over the place. So let me crack open the bottle right now. Easy to open. Definitely different from the last episode. Last episode, I struggled a little bit opening it, but that one was nice and easy to open. Smell the cork. It has a good smell to it. Let me look at those notes again. They didn't really have any detailed tasting notes on their website, but they had a little bit as far as, mentioning that it has floral and fragrant aromas and a velvety smoothness on the palate. No, but we experts now, so we'll figure it out. And the notes always taste different to other people, but I like it when most of the times a lot of these whiskey brands, give you their their opinion on what the tasting notes are, and they're pretty much always right. Um, you may taste all of the notes and you may not, but for the most part, they're always right. So it definitely has a good smell to it, a nice soft smell. Doesn't smell too doesn't smell too doesn't have a thick smell or smoky smell or wood smell. It just has a nice velvety floral. It's similar to what they were saying in the description on the website. So I'm gonna pour into the glass with ice first. There we go. Comes out a nice gold color. Now I'm going to pour into my nosing glass. There we go. And now I'm going to pour into my tumbler that I will be putting a splash of water into it. So now let's get to the tasting. As always, I'm going to start with the nosing glass. It seems like it's a very thin whiskey. Not too oily, real thin. The smell to it is real soft. Definitely has floral um, notes to it, the sweetness to it. Definitely smells some fruitiness. It's very thin. Um, uh, I definitely taste fruit. I taste floral notes. It's very soft on the front end, and on the back end, um, you taste a little spice, but it's not a long finish. It's a medium long finish, but it's not harsh. It's still smooth. It's a very smooth whiskey, hence why it's so thin. Um, yeah, so I get a fruity flavor, a floral flavor, a little spice on the back end. Um, Initially, like I said, on the front end is very sweet, fruity, floral, and on the back end, I get a little spice to it. Take one more sip. Yeah, definitely a fruity flavor to it, fruity floral flavor. Um, it's not smoky. It's no wood flavors, no grain flavor. Um, the finish is medium long, and that's neat out of the nosing glass. Let me take a sip of water to cleanse my palate. All right, now I'm going to start with the tumbler with ice. Still has a very fruity aroma to it. Fruity. I'm getting more fruity than floral, but it's real. It has a very soft aroma to it. So far with the ice, um, on the front end, I'm tasting more of the spice, and on the back end, it's more smoother. I'm still tasting the fruity flavors, the floral flavors. Is definitely very soft. It has a softness, um, and a smoothness to the palate, which was in the tasting notes. They say velvety smoothness on the palate. So it definitely has that. It's definitely very smooth. Uh, with the ice, like I said, I taste the spice on the front end as opposed to when I had it neat in the nosing glass. I taste the spice on the back end. Let me have another taste. Yeah, so the in the tumbler with ice is not as fruity, neat, but it still has that fruity flavor. I'm getting more of the spice flavor, um, with the tumbler with ice. Yeah. So let me cleanse my palate, move on to the next tumbler, and I'll put a splash of water in that. Okay. Next tumbler, put a splash of ice in there. Still smelling that fruitiness. It's very soft. It's real soft. It's like a soft, fruity smell to it, aroma. It smells really good. The whiskey overall smells really good. And you can definitely smell it. Excuse me, that was a burp. So you know the whiskey is good. So with the nose and glass neat and the tumbler with a splash of water, you definitely get more of the aromas. It's very soft, fruity, flowery, um, fragrance to it. Smells really good. It's real soft. That's just a word that keeps coming to my mind every time I smell it. It's real soft. It has a softness to it. Interesting. With the tumbler, with a splash of water, is even smoother. Like I don't taste any spice at all. No spice at all. Um, it's just fruit and floral flavors on my palate. It's real smooth, real soft. Like the 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 tasting notes on the website say velvety smoothness. It's real soft. Like with the tumbler with with a splash of water, I can drink this like it's water. That's how soft it is with the water enhancement. So I'm sitting here thinking now that maybe with the tumbler with ice that the coldness of the whiskey brought out more of the spice, and that's the difference I taste because even having the tumbler with ice is going to melt a little bit, so you're going to have a little water in there. But the difference from the tumbler with ice is it being colder and and tasting more of the spiciness. And this tumbler with just a splash of water, room temperature water at that, and it's just really soft. It's really smooth, and there's no spice at all. So let's move on to the tasting review. Um, Overall, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. I was kind of leery about it because it's just 100% rice. I wasn't sure what I was going to get from this, but the whiskey is good. The whiskey is good. I can see why they emphasize so much on their website. Um, when you get a chance to go look at their website, they emphasize it a lot, using this whiskey for making cocktails. So this is a whiskey that you definitely can make a lot of cocktails with. A lot of cocktails that have a balance of uh, sweet and sour to it. Um, I wouldn't necessarily make a cocktail that is just simply sweet unless you are into um, having just straight sweet cocktails. I'm more of a balanced type of guy. When I make cocktails, I like to have a balance of sweetness and some sort of sour flavor or acid to it, just to balance it out. It doesn't have to be 50-50, but I don't really necessarily like just 100% sweet cocktails. So I definitely can see making like a whiskey sour with this rice whiskey, this Japanese whiskey. Um, but I definitely can see how someone who is into just 100% sweet cocktails, why they would use this. So out of 5 tastes, I will give this Japanese whiskey a 4. I will give it a 4. Um, just based off alone this tasting right now. Could I move up to a 4, 4.5? Yes, I possibly could, but I'm gonna stick with a 4 right now. Overall, it like I said, it has a beautiful color to it. I love the bottle. I love the label. Um, I love the flavor of the whiskey. I love that you get a different tasting profile, no matter which way you drink it, whether it's with ice on the rocks or neat or with a splash of water. I love that you get a different taste, um, just from there. I love all whiskeys where you can get a different flavor from switching it up, whether it's with ice on the rocks or neat or with a splash of water. So this one is definitely one that I will recommend. I can see having this whiskey with some sushi. I can see having it with any type of fish, like baked fish, or like a salad or something. Um, a salad that has fruit in it. So even if just having like a fruit salad, this is a good whiskey to pair with those things. So, like I said, 4 out of 5 tastes. This is definitely recommended. Make sure you go try it. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think of it. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Make sure if you haven't subscribed and this is your first time viewing, make sure you subscribe. And if you haven't hit the notification button, make sure you hit the notification button so when every episode drops, you'll be first to know. And make sure you like each and every video. Um, it costs you nothing and it helps to get the videos out there to other people who enjoy whiskey, cocktails, drink reviews, all that good stuff. So, once again, this is Taste Reviews Drink Edition, episode 13. I'm your host, Derek Silver, and make sure you drink responsibly. Drink responsibly, yes.